All right, so today we're going to be going over the concept of isobars. Remember that iso will mean like same or equal, and bars is going to represent air pressure. So what we're going to be doing is drawing lines that connect points of equal air pressure. Equal iso, bars is pressure, equal pressure. So we're just connecting the areas of equal pressure. So the Earth's atmosphere is constantly going up and down against the Earth's surface. And when it comes down, it's pressing down against it, creating a high pressure in one location. And when it comes up, it is creating a decompression or a low pressure area. So it's constantly doing this while these pressure systems are moving around the Earth's surface. These pressure systems are huge, right? But there's some things you got to know about them. So, first off, low pressure is usually lousy weather, meaning that low pressure is when it's like raining or stormy or even just cloudy. Cloudy days tend to be that way. The really clear, beautiful days are high pressure days, and it all has to do with the fact that when air rises, it expands and cools and forms a cloud. So low pressure is when we're decreasing the pressure from the Earth's surface, creating a rising air. So a low pressure creates rising, expanding, cooling air, which forms a cloud, while high pressure pushes the air down, and when the air moves down, it compresses, which makes water evaporate more easily. And, well, that's technically, let's not get technical. The main idea, low pressure is lousy weather, high pressure is happy weather, okay? We'll just keep it with that. If you have any questions beyond that, please let me know. So, this is really important. Close isobars. Just like how when lines on a contour map are really close to each other, it's steep. When lines are close together on an isobar map or an air pressure map, that means that there's going to be fast wind. So around a hurricane, the isobars are really, really close to each other, which is why hurricane wind speeds reach beyond 150 miles per hour in some cases. And isobars will always come full circle, just like elevation maps will always come full circle. Whether it happens on the map or not, they always will. And wind will usually blow perpendicular to those lines. So, wind blows from high pressure to low pressure, so the wind would cut across like this. Now, there's also the fact that there's the Coriolis effect, which causes the winds to curve, but for now, we'll just be talking about wind blows from high to low. So there's a few things I want to point out. This map's not so great with it. Let's take a look at a different map. So we'll take a look at this map. You see how these isobars, or these lines, are really, really close together? That means that the wind speed is really, really high in this area, and the wind's blowing away from the high, so all 360 degrees away from the high, and then that wind is going to turn in towards that low. So this iso line, or this isobar, is really far from this next one, right? So this is going to be slow wind speeds, while this area, where we have a lot of lines in one spot, is going to be high wind speeds. All right? So that's the general idea. Wind blows from high pressure to low pressure, and it blows fastest when the isobars are really close to each other. So let me just review how to draw isobars. So if you remember, isobars are drawn by separating low numbers from high numbers. So in this case, if I'm drawing the 50 line, this one's actually pretty tough. I look around, I see, okay, there's a 50 here and there's a 50 here. Oh, there's also a 50 here. And these numbers get higher and higher to this direction. So all I'm going to do is separate numbers that are lower than 50 from numbers that are higher than 50. And I'm also going to go through the dots for the 50. So I'll start here. All right? I look around. Does 50 fall between 52 and 50? No, but I need to end up on that 50. But 50 does fall between this 52 and this 48. So I can cut through here. All right? And then I'll end up at this 50. Now I look around. Does 50 fall between 51 and 50? No. Does 50 fall between 48 and 50? No, but 50 does fall between 48 and 51. Sorry. So now I can start drawing my line. And if I look around, now, does 50 fall between 53 and 52? No. But 50 does fall between 48 and 52. So I can cut between there. Ooh. Cut between there, and then I'll end up at that 50. Now, I do my check. Are all the numbers inside the circle less than 50? Yeah, there's only one, it's 48. But are all the numbers outside of my circle more than 50? So inside is going to be lower than Outside, in this case, it can be higher than. We're good. So let me draw the 55 line. Hello? Hey? Really? Okay. For who? Sounds good. Appreciate it. Thank you. Bye. All right. So next we're going to do the 55 line. So I look around for a 55. If I don't see a 55, that's okay. But in this case, I do see a 55. I will start here. And then I just look around these numbers near it. Does 55 fall between 54 and 52? No. Does 55 fall between 52 and 56? 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. So I said 55, so I can go between there. And I'll stick close to the 56 because 55 is closer to 56. Again, 56 and 53. 55 falls between there, so I can split them, right? And I'm just going to do this last one pretty quick. I don't want this video to go on forever, so this is 55. Nice. Okay, so there we go. And I'm just going to connect this to the end of the wall. If this doesn't go full circle, we have to connect to the edges. We have to connect to the edge of the map. Now, again, I do my check. Now, this isn't a circle, so I'll look on the right side. All this is higher, this is higher. Are all these numbers higher than 55? In this case, yes, I'm good. And I went through the 55 dot. Now, just to double check, are all these numbers lower than 55? Good. Now, if I made a mistake and I had one number or two numbers that were lower than 55 on the right side, while all these numbers are higher than 55, I need to move that line to include those. And then finally, the 60 line. All these numbers are greater than 60. All these numbers are less than 60. So we're good. All right, I'm going to do one final explanation. The 100 line. Everything that's less than 100, or everything that has 2 digits in it, is going to be on one side of the line. Everything that's more than 100 or 100 is going to be on the other side. So I see 100 here. I'm going to split the lower numbers from the higher numbers. Boom. Connect to the edge of my map. All these numbers are less than 100. All these numbers are more than 100. Are you getting the point? I think you are. So, main idea. On this map here, you see how far this line is from this line? But you see how close these are together? This would be where my greatest wind speed is, because there's where my lines are close together, right? So if I had a map where it was like this. So you see these lines? Fast wind speeds here where the lines are really close together. Slow wind speeds here where the lines are really far apart. And these would be isobars. Bars meaning air pressure, okay? So that's the general idea. Hopefully this makes sense.